Good morning. And how is everyone doing today? I'm sure there will have been people who are delighted to have another 8 weeks off, and there'll be others who are screaming, if not externally, internally, at what that's going to mean for them. I think we've all got very different personal situations right now, and depending on morning Craig, depending on your personal situation then it'll depend on how you're feeling. I'm just doing a considerable amount of work with people who are really, really down and stressed. So it brings that into my awareness, and why are we not talking about the collateral damage? 2 months could seem like an eternity if you're, and the situation some people are in is that one child's gone back to school and the other hasn't. My daughter's in that position, and that can cause havoc as well. So yeah, there's a whole load of different situations that we're all in. And it's very easy to, wax lyrically about what we believe in our points of view, etc. But we have to believe that it's serving some people and it's really not serving others. And what are the long-term consequences going to be? And what can we do to take our power back and minimise the damage? I think some kids are really scared because we scared them, right? And now it's very difficult to unscare them. So with these techniques, simple techniques, morning Kimberly, Brie, I do not teach you anything that doesn't work, that's not worked on my body, that doesn't have rigorous science to back it up. Morning Janie, morning Clementine. Everything that comes to you via me is tried and tested, and it works, and that is the only way I can sit here and passionately engage with you guys, because I know the more of us that let go. And let me just talk about letting go for a second. As you know, that's the thing that really for me has been the most transformational tool. The Sedona method and EFT and the work are probably my favourites. The emotion codes, the healing codes, there's different ones in there, but it really doesn't matter how you let go. We can go to courses and we can get buzzed up, we can get inspired, we can take plant medicines and have truly incredible experiences. But ultimately we come back and we have to live our life on a daily basis. And, much as these experiences can be massively powerful in helping us to see the world in a much more exciting way, and it gives us a deeper understanding of who we truly are, we're still back here on a day-to-day basis putting up with right now all the nonsense that's going on right now. And we're, I think a lot of us are confused. I don't know if anybody really, morning Susan, really knows what's going on and how it's all going to unfold, because how it unfolds will really depend on us and what we decide to do, and but primarily how we decide to be. And the written word, the spoken word, is obviously very powerful. The thoughts are powerful, but what is much more powerful is the behaviour. And with these techniques that we're practicing every day, it changes your behaviour, because when you think differently and you feel differently, you literally do different things. And when you do different things often enough, morning Lynn, when you do things repeatedly often enough and practice them, you get good at them, and you can get really good at them. Morning Leslie. So letting go is no different. If you can truly see that the ability to use your imagination and your intention and attention, if you can, morning Joy, if you can really hone these skills and utilise them properly, you will become very, very good at it. It just depends how good you want to be. I always use the ski boot analogy, which if you imagine you've been skiing in really tight boots all day, most people are just quite happy to take one clip off. And that's letting go. You feel a bit of relief from your emotions. But in actual fact, you can just take the whole boot off and be completely rid of it. So most of us are quite happy to feel a little bit better, and that's normal and absolutely makes sense. But, you know, even if right now you're not struggling, you can still expand and expand into a much higher vibration. And hi, Susan. One of my friends has been going through quite a hard time, and I think my passion really is, of course, physical healing. I had a really strong dream about Patrick Vickers from the Gerson Institute last night, and Patrick Vickers runs a clinic in Mexico. I don't even know if we could get there if we wanted to right now, but he has doctors, etc., but they use food to detox and cleanse the body. One juice an hour, every hour for 12 hours going in. And that goes through the body. And then you use the coffee enemas to allow the toxicity to come out. And we clean our routes of elimination, which is primarily the gallbladder, the liver and the kidneys. And, you know, they can get really congested, like hair in your bath or your shower, where all the residue ends up getting caught there. And, you know, so really making sure that all of all of the hairs that are caught in the drain get dissolved so that your drains can eliminate properly. And the liver is a phenomenal regenerative organ, as actually it turns out our bones can regenerate, our teeth can regenerate. You know, there's hard science now that shows us that. And, you know, even sometimes I look at my face and I think, oh my God, when did it get so old? My skin. And I think you could work on that. But the reality is I can't be bothered. I don't care enough to really work on making my skin look younger. It would take time. It would take effort. And I'm just not going to do it because I don't care that much now. And I'm getting older and I'm going to die probably anyway. Who knows when? But, you know, I'm not going to waste valuable time here on that. I'd much rather be in the cells and talking to the organs and really regenerating and using my imagination for Heal Scotland and how to really help the people, not just Scotland. I'm calling it Heal Scotland because I wanted to start here because I'm Scottish and I see our people in deep suffering, a lot of them, not all of them obviously. So and there's only 5.5 million of us, so I reckon if we can really create a groundswell, we will change our health picture around. This is not like, well, maybe we absolutely can do it, but we need enough people engaged and supporting the ones that can't support themselves. That's how it has to work. A whole community of people deciding we're going to lift ourselves up out of suffering and addiction and abuse and trauma that's been there for ancestrally for God knows how long. We have that power, that potential to do that. But again, before we can start changing out here, we have to be the change that we want to be ourselves. And that's always about, you know, when Nikki phoned me yesterday and told me, she said, oh, you'll need to move the open weekend of Bruce Arms. I'm like, why? And then I realised that for the next 2 months, we're not allowed to do anything either. And I was raging. That rage, you know, that just is all about resistance, because I was so furious because I have to change my plans. I have to consider other people and other people that don't have the same beliefs as me and blah, 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 blah. All that story. And then eventually, thanks, Sasha. We do need a Heal Scotland army. Great idea. I realised, right, okay, you know, what can I do? I can let go and I can really start focusing on Heal Scotland, the pilot programme we're putting into schools, which is really super exciting. I'm doing a podcast with Zen Honeycutt this afternoon, which I'm just so excited to speak to the woman who created Moms Across America, unstoppable mums who really are like, no, enough already. The soil will be fertile. The biome of the soil reflects in the biome of us humans. So I'm really excited to find out how she's done it, if we can gain, I know we'll be able to gain knowledge from her, and how we can, and just so that you guys can hear what she's done and how she's done it. But today we're just going to do another exercise, again, working on ourselves and letting go. You know, a common misconception about letting go is, say you're letting go of an ex, which a lot of us have had to do and will probably still have to do in the future. Letting go of your ex can be a very challenging one, especially if they have left you, because that changes the dynamics. So then you have that, maybe you're hurt, angry, confused, overwhelmed, betrayed, disappointed, all the things that happen when somebody leaves you when you're not ready. Even when you've been miserable, if they get in first, it creates this enormous resistance and questioning within us. And it's nothing to do with us, you know, but it feels like it is. So when you think about letting go of that person, what you think is, Warriors is definitely better, Sasha. That's a great name. Heal Scotland Warriors, Wellness Warriors. So when you think of letting somebody go, you think, well, if I let them go, I'm letting them off the hook. Nothing could be further from the truth. You're letting your emotional, the rage, etc., you're letting all that go so that you can see clearly what, if anything, has to be done. And when you, what we call release to completion, you'll not want to do anything, because you'll understand that karma is a thing, the energy checks and matches, the vibrations check. The universe will deal with anything that needs to be dealt with, and you can just let go. Save all that precious energy for creating and for your imagination and thinking about all the things that you would love to have, be, see and do. So I need to repeat this over and over again. Practice and repetition. Practice and repetition takes us where we want to go. Now, Janice and I were breathing and doing breathing exercises, and Janice went into the cold for the first time. She really thought she couldn't do it. I totally knew that she could. And she did. And of course, it wasn't nearly as bad as she thought it was going to be. And the breathing, she really managed to get the colours and all of that. And it's fantastic when you get that. You're just like, wow, I did something I've never done before. I didn't think I could do. It's phenomenally rewarding, even if it's something silly like going in the cold water or having this experience in your meditation. But trust me, as somebody that's been getting cold for years, it can feel different every day. So don't go in with a level of expectation, because expectations are where we start to get caught up in, oh, it didn't work. I've been doing this for ages and it didn't work. No, go in with a level of knowing that you are expanding your cells, that you are healing, that you understand that there's a process for neuroscience, neuroplasticity, neurogenesis, that for rewiring, for the polyvagal theory, everything in that body is alert and listening. And the more we practice this, you don't have to be mindful all day. None of us are, let's face it. It's possible in this crazy, not impossible, but highly unlikely if you're partaking in the daily stuff that we all have to partake in. But if we can just sit down for a certain amount of time, and it can be 5 minutes, and repeat daily with just a patience and a knowing, that you're overriding your programming, overriding the past, overriding any habits that you no longer need or want, that you are the master of your universe. Now, the more I do this work and the more when I go inside, I'm like, oh my God, is this universe outside the body or is it inside the body? It's because it's never ever ending. It's so expansive, like when you look out. And I don't know the answer to that, but what I do know is that when you go into that space, when you become more wave than particle, it feels incredible. And if it feels incredible, it is incredible. So let's not have any expectations. Some days it'll be easier to tap in there than others. Let's not make any judgment around what's happening with the body. Just know. You don't even need to believe this. You just have to know. If I was teaching you to play the piano or the guitar, if you practiced every day, you were going to get better. You know that. is very measurable. With the invisible stuff, it's not as measurable. And that's when doubt comes in. Oh, you know, particularly if you're trying to heal. If you've been given a really brutal prognosis, which I would like to see in the future is completely stopped, that nobody's allowed to tell anybody that they're going to die, because it's such an infringement on your beingness. But anyway, if you have been told, and you know, people have been told, well, you've got, you know, it's terminal or it's incurable, etc. Really? So many things aren't. But so when you can really tap inside, own your power and your knowing, and even if you don't believe right now, decide that you're going to. You know, that's the level of power that we have. Kelly Turner's book, Radical Remissions, was her first one, and Radical Hope was her second one. She went round the world and spent 10 years interviewing people who defied the odds, i.e. were told they were incurable or terminal, and who survived and healed. So we know there's tens of thousands of cases like this. But we know that, but they didn't do it with pharmaceutical drugs alone. Some of them did it completely without that. Some of them combined it, and some of them just decided, oh, well, I'll just make the most. They had no fear of death, so therefore they healed. So when we can let go of our fear of death and our fear of time, then we can move into this space where, you know, because we're all going to die or run out of that concept of time. We never know when that moment's going to be, and don't ever let anybody else tell you when it's going to be, because that belief, this is the other thing that we completely overlook in Western medicine, is I can make you believe things, and if they're negative, I can be contributing to the downfall of your dreams. You know, so my daughter bought a yacht recently, and then first of all she said, oh, it's just going to be a floating caravan. And now she's talking about going to the Mediterranean. And I'm just like, wow, I love that. I love that expansive thinking and the potentials and the possibilities of what is possible and what stops you believing that you can't do it, that you don't have the power. Because we're all the same. We all have the power. We all have the power to change our beliefs, to change every cell in that body. Faith heals. We've seen that. No, let's take religion out of it. There's a lot of crazy healings happen when people tap in to the unified field where the blueprint of health is there. And Joe Dispenza's work is categorically proving that and helping us to understand why, what happens when you can go in to that free state and the past washes out the body and the cells rearrange themselves back to the blueprint for full health and vibrancy. That is the potential for each one of us. And then the only thing that can stop you is you. Your subconscious beliefs, your subconscious programs, your self-doubt, and other people around you. Because giving you their point of view, based down one rabbit hole, based down another rabbit hole. What we've done with the Heal Scotland, with Scotland's Wild Medicine, a collaborative book with Claire Holohan, Jane Wright and Ailey Cameron, a phenomenal team I've had an absolute joy working with, is we're not just saying to you it's one thing, because it isn't one thing. There's lots of different things that you can do to influence your health and happiness and vitality picture. And when you do enough of these things, you will experience healing. That's just the way it works. Diet sometimes alone is enough. Letting go sometimes is enough. I've seen that happen too. Fibromyalgia, a lot of emotional stuff. And then you have, let's just do a little bit of everything and just move into faith and understand that none of us is guaranteed tomorrow, but let's just enjoy today. So that's what Scotland's Wild Medicine is about. We're not saying it's one thing. We're giving you an understanding as to why everything that we do and we participate in can have a negative or positive impact on the body. And that depends on you as well. What do you like? What do you enjoy? You know, coming off a cliff and deep powder might not be for you. I love that. The excitement of, you know, riding down the side of a really steep mountain. But some people would be terrified of that. So we're all different. we all have to work out the things that really, really bring us alive. And, you know, and take some time to think about that. And the more you let go, the more your dreams will expand and change. And you know that with the gut biome research that I'm obsessed with right now, when we are eating a diet that will support the healthy gut biome, you're either supporting the guys that will bring disease into the post for you, or you're supporting the guys that will bring health and vitality in the post for you. That's as simple as. And if you're feeding the healthy bacteria, you will, every area of your life will become enhanced. More energy, more creativity, more excitement, more vitality, all of that. You know, never mind health, just more delight and joy in your life. If you're feeding the good guys, and we really have to start with that. Because why would you not? It's the foundation. The cells are replicating every day. You know, what are you giving them? What are you helping to make your new body with? What are your internal organs? What absolute life force is going in there? What army are you supporting? It's that simple. And it's the same for our kids. And myself and Janice are working really, really hard on that to bring you that information in the most succinct, clear way so that you are empowered to do it. Not just for your children, but for you too. Start with your own selves. Okay, enough ranting. You know how passionate I am about all this stuff. I just want people to know and be inspired and empowered. That's all that I want, absolutely, so that we can get this. Imagine, we could change our health picture in a month if enough people got on board. That's the possibility. And I'm a big thinker, a big dreamer. So come on, universe, bring it in. We're going to go into meditation. We're going to do a self-healing on ourselves. We're going to pull up our big girl and big boy pants, and we're going to command what it is that we are absolutely going to manifest. So it is up to us. Your intention has to be clear. Your energy behind it. Put your energy behind the breathing. Really take it by the ovaries and the balls and do it. Do it for your cells. They've been waiting for you to wake up, to come alive. So let's do it. We're going to start with a breathing exercise as usual. We're going to hum, we're going to chant, and we're going to expand ourselves like we really, really never expanded before. We're going to virtually hold hands. Hi, Sandrina, lovely to see you. And let's hold hands and really get this power grid vibrating up above the vibration for disease. Let disease dissolve. You have that power. When you become light enough and confident enough, and when you see that you are enough, you are lovable, you are worthy, you are safe, when you know that, not just believe it, when you know it, then we collectively can help each other get to that place. And let's make an intention that everybody on this live will support and help each other for the greatest good of all of us here, and for those watching this recording later. So we're going to do 4 rounds of breathing. As you may have noticed, the breathing will take you into state easily. 10 minutes, boom, you're in. And then it's up to you, you wee psychonaut that you are. You can take your imagination and go wherever you want to go in that. If you have a disease, if you've been given labels and concepts around your cells that you no longer wish to hold, I invite you to let all that go in this meditation. Let the past wash, and all the points of view based on outdated model of physics, let it all wash out. You have that power. Anything from your past, any trauma, anything that you no longer, any person that's been lingering, that you've been carting around for years, let it all go. This is my invitation to you, and we are going to rise. We're going to collectively raise our vibration. And remember, just as you're in charge, just be gentle with yourself. Keep your eyes closed, pay attention, observe the change in energy, observe the intelligence when you allow it. We have free will. And that means you need to, if you want help, if you want assistance in your healing, you need to call it in. Because you will not, it's up to us. Allow that energy to flow. Allow whoever or whatever that you feel. I go for the big Buna, the whole thing, the divine energy, my angels, my guides, whoever might be there. It doesn't matter whether you believe in it or not. You can invite whoever or whatever to help and assist in the healing. And it may just be that you tune your brain frequencies and your heart onto that data stream of information so that you can download the blueprint for your healing. So if you're more in the scientific and the quantum world, that's simply what you're doing. And for some reason, the more you practice this, the better you're going to get, and you will know the influence that you have on your cells, on your future, your perceived future. So don't begin away down the worst case scenario route. You come back over here and take yourself to the best case scenario route, and letting go of all the fears and all the points of view that others have given us, and allowing us to see from a much higher perspective. Okay, so let's start. We're going to do 2-2, so just 2 in, 2 out, really easy. And then like yesterday, we're going to do 2-4. And then in the third round, we're going to do something different. We're going to breathe in and out as slowly as possible. Now this is Buteyko, which is unbelievably powerful too. So breathe in and out as slowly as possible. I will guide you. Do it at your own time. You can work in time with me, or you can just do it at your own pace. It's up to you. Please just use your own intuition and your own heart and brain in this work. Listen to your body. Pay attention here. When the pineal gland starts to give out chemicals, which it will do to some degree during this exercise, remember, when we direct the energy from the base of the spine up into the brain, the base of the brain, the thalamic gate opens like this, touches the pineal gland, the calcite crystals inside your pineal gland, and there's crystals all over the brain. As soon as they're piezoelectric, which means as soon as there is any energy, it doesn't matter whether it's subtle or not, when we direct the energy there, we're going to get a burst of electrical current. We're going to get all the amazing chemicals released into the body, and we're going to float right out there. So it's really helpful to understand and to see this. And you can use your perineal muscles, your abdominals, to push the energy up through the chest and into the base of the brain. It's the Kundalini energy we're wakening up. And know that this can be powerful. So just understand that. If it gets uncomfortable for you, just breathe and let go. Okay? So it's really nice to see that picture of you becoming your own alchemist. So 2-2, 2-4, slowly, slowly, slowly. And then we're going to finish off with a more power breathing 2-2-2. And then we're going to go in to a healing meditation. And that can be healing your health, healing your wealth, or healing your relationships. All of these things slow us down and stop us from being the phenomenal manifestors and creators that we are. Okay, my stomach is rumbling away here, so don't let that distract you. Okay, if you want to put on some music in your own house, it's quite nice to do it with music either, but if I put on music here, then copyright just shuts me down, so that's why I don't use any. Okay, so just get yourself nice and comfortable. You can lie down when you're doing this. It's quite nice to lie down, particularly if you want to go for it, because you can lose... You can fall off your chair. I know I've done it myself, and I know other people that have done it, because we like to really go for it. Probably you're not going to do that, and if you're an experienced breather, you'll know. But if you are just learning this, I would lie down and just go for it, and you can pull in and pull out as you choose. Okay. So, and remember, belly breathing. As we breathe in, we're filling the belly, and as we breathe out, we pull the abdominal muscles in. So it's a very active breath. Okay, and I'm just going to do this with my hands to keep you, because I will stop and I'll chat and I'll keep bringing your attention back to what you're doing. Okay, so breathe in. Five more. All the way in. And as you're letting go, just say who, purse your lips and chant. Again. And again. One more. Keep your focus on the third eye. Okay, some nice, easy breathing. Keep your eyes closed. Remember, you're getting in touch with the cells, in touch with the intelligence within. Observe the chemistry changing. Smile. Okay, round 2 is 2, 4. So in for 2 and out for 4. And again, just really see the cellular expansion, feel the body getting lighter, and really stay with this exercise. Be very intentional and mindful. 3, 2, 1, and close your eyes and just really enjoy the experience. A really clear intention just to let go of everything that no longer serves you. Just let go. Let go. Okay, all the way in. And all the way out. And hold the breath. If you need to take a short breath in and out again, just do that. If not, carry on holding. Allow yourself to dissolve into the deepest. Let go. 3, 2, 1. We're going to breathe all the way in, pulling the muscles up. And squeeze into the pineal gland. Squeeze it. Tighten these muscles and squeeze into that beautiful brain. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. And let it go. Let it go. And again, just observe the innate rearranging itself. Allow the healing to happen. You let go and move out the way. Surrender to the higher power, the divine energy, the unified field, whatever you want to call it. Surrender and allow the healing to happen. Okay, and this time, we're just going to breathe in and out as slowly as we can. Keep your eyes closed. You want to create a little bit of what we call air hunger. But you know you can breathe in and out, you're just doing it really slowly. The vagus nerve loves this. Observe what's happening in your forehead. Balancing your oxygen and your carbon dioxide levels. Allow yourself to dissolve as you just breathe very slowly and quietly, mindfully. See if you can slow it down even more. We're going to count down for 5 and then we're going to take a deep breath in and we're going to hum out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way in. And hum. All the way in. Again. Okay, and a few easy breaths. We get ready for the final round. Okay, and just observe in here, the third eye or your forehead, whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter. Look with your eyes closed and see if you're feeling any change in chemistry or seeing any change in chemistry. Okay, this is the last round, so you can really go for it. 2-2. Okay, so breathing. All the way in and all the way out. Hold your breath. Observe. And breathing all the way in, squeezing the muscles up. Squeeze into your brain, really squeeze that energy, go for it and hold it. And let it go. Keep your eyes closed and observe the chemicals you've released. Without judgment or expectation, observe what's going on inside this thing we call the body. And just allow the body to work its magic as we let go of all expectation, all judgment, all disapproval. Let it all dissolve now. Any doubt about our power, let that go too. All resistance to what is, let that go too. Allow yourself to dissolve into the energy, to become one with the unified field, to become more wave than particle. And just allow the energy to flow. Use your free will, your power. Allow yourself to feel that innate intelligence and that innate power. Expand into that divine energy. Let the past be released. Anything that no longer serves you, let it go now. Set it free with love. And see yourself with this powerful imagination, exactly the way you would love to be. Abundant in health, wealth, whatever that means to you, and in loving, harmonious relationships. And allow anything that can inhibit your path to be dissolved now. And can you allow yourself to approve of the body? Allow some approval of this incredible, intelligent mass of cells Allow yourself to have some approval and a little bit more approval and a little bit more approval and a little bit more. Come on. This is your willpower, your free will. Let go. Trust and surrender to the healing. See yourself exactly the way you would love to be. Expansive and free from dis-ease, fear, stress, anxiety. Vibrating on a level where dis-ease no longer exists. Releasing the pain from the past. See yourselves and everyone on this call, everyone watching, as these high vibrational beings who can see above the dark, the suffering, the ego. As we hold hands and virtually help each other to rise, gently increasing our frequency, our vibration. Feel the hearts open and expand. Allow yourself yourselves to vibrate at a higher frequency for the greater good of all. As we create this power grid of unconditional love, collectively we are strong. Feel that unconditional love in your heart. Feel the cells increase in joy, expansion, light. Feel the light, feel the energy flow within you and all around you. As we help lift each other up from anger, overwhelm, whatever it is, into these higher states of being. Allow yourselves to expand and vibrate at a higher frequency. And allow everything that no longer serves us to dissolve as we help each other heal and see. And we beam this unconditional love frequency all over Scotland and all over the UK and Ireland, all over Europe, and we spread it out all over the planet, all round the planet. Clear intention to help everyone wake up and see, if it's their time. And take your attention to your own heart, in the middle of the chest. And feel that love for every cell in your body, every cell in this call. Just we give thanks and appreciation for the healings that have happened and that will happen. And the resolve to stay in the best case scenario for the greater good of all. Feel the cells. Let them know you're alive and awake and listening. And then in your own time, just come back and keep that loving state for the rest of your life. And just maybe move, my foot's going to sleep, maybe move your feet and your hands. Gently come back to this world. Okay. How is everyone? Did you feel the power, the healing? Is anybody there? Oh yeah. Didn't know whether my screen had frozen there. Okay, remember and send me your feedback if anything, if you experience any healing in these calls, which is likely and possible sometimes. Pain will ease. Head rush. Yeah, great. Energy healing is the new black. Let's face it, we're realising now we can override the big meat suit. And great joy. We can override the big meat suit and get into that electromagnetic field where energy travels at the speed of light. And again, it's up to us to allow that healing. We ask for the healing because we have free will. We can't just, things don't just happen. We have to ask. So we have to ask the right questions. That's great, Patricia. Yes, it was interesting actually after yesterday, my watch I just stayed in that Zen state all day. So that's really good to know. And I wouldn't really have been aware of that if I didn't have this fancy dancy watch. Yes, Leslie, we want to stay there. And that's, I'll take this exercise out again and you'll be able to do that, be able to repeat it and just stay there, because if you get into that place that we all want to go, which doesn't happen every day, it's really nice to stay there and just allow ourselves to bathe in that bliss, really, because our cells don't get enough bliss and they do love it. Anyway, I am off now and I'm going to be talking to Zen Honeycutt this afternoon, so that's super exciting. And I will see you all tomorrow, same time, same place. Ciao.